need to exchange some books.
Come.
Scarlet's kid. How is your mother?
Haven't seen her in 15 years.
Let's get you into a good book.
You'll need a Jane Austen.
A Virginia Woolf.
And an Agatha Christie. For reading.
Because reading is essential. Welcome to Earth 2 Comic Cast, where superheroes exist and comic book talk is the norm. I'm your host, Mo Crosby. We are back today, the Netflix crew plus one. Listen, okay, we're back to deliver another movie review, a Netflix movie review. Movie is called GunPowder MilkShake from Netflix, starring not Gamora's sister, Nebula.
Yes.
No.
We all know her.
I know her name.
Starring Gamora, Circe.
Yes. Not Angela.
Anime, because she's anime in this movie, and this is what happened when she left Ike. She is like, not another nigga.
She got her gun. She got her gunplay up.
Sequel. And then we have
not the sequel.
And of course we have Philippa Georgiou, and I know all their names, by the way. Karen Gillan, Lena Headey, Carla Gugino, and Michelle. So when I first saw the trailer, I was like, this is insane. We need to talk about this. So I sent it to the Netflix group, and Keem was like super excited. So once Keem is always excited, I'm like, yes, we're gonna talk about it. that's literally how it goes. But no, when I want to know how everyone felt when they watched the trailer the first time. You know, when you saw it and you were like, this looks like madness. Don't all go at once.
I don't know that I actually watched the trailer when you sent it, because I had seen, like, you know, when they were doing promo for it, I saw a picture with all of them standing, and I think Angela Bassett was standing with like a shotgun, and I was like, yeah, I'm in. Like, I don't even need to watch the trailer. I already know I'm going to see this, so I'm not even going to bother wasting time watching it.
Okay, so.
But that's just me.
Okay.
Me?
So no one else. So quick question: does anyone watch like Netflix trailers? Because I do when I'm
all
bored.
the time.
Okay, because like I'm looking for stuff to watch, and I'm like,
sometimes the trailer is all I need. And I'm like,
this one, I admit that actually I didn't hear about it until Keem told me about it, and you know, she was like, "Yeah, I gotta check it out." So I perused the Netflix trailer, and I just saw the first couple seconds of it, and I was like, all right. I mean, I guess I'll if you want to watch it, I'll watch it with you. Because the fight scenes looked in the trailer, at least, look really choppy. I was like,
yes,
this looks hokey. I'll put it on the list of bad movies to watch later. But I was actually glad I watched it because it was interesting.
Surprising. Right.
It was surprising, yeah.
And Bree said she just needs the trailer sometimes, and that's it.
It's also very colorful. I will watch colorful movies just for color.
You know
colorful
what?
And violent. I mean,
great.
Extremely violent.
All I need.
I will say though, when I was watching the movie, I was catching like Sin City vibes a little bit, but then it was like too much color to be Sin City.
I got John Wick meets Kingsman vibes, because Kingsman was really colorful.
I haven't seen that.
Especially the second one. The second one was like
really?
super colorful.
Wow.
It the trailer reminded me of, you remember Domino? Old school.
Yes.
Real colorful, yeah.
It.
I'm Domino. That was all the trailer, her saying her name over and over.
I always thought Domino was supposed to be like some kind of like X-Men, like a solo type Wolverine, but then I found out it wasn't.
Right. That movie had nothing to do with the Domino, the comic book Domino.
Right. Like I'm like, oh, we're getting like the Domino, like we're getting that, and but no, it wasn't. However, though, this movie outside of the Sin City vibes. I also caught some Quentin Tarantino vibes in this with the music choices.
Yeah,
I was like, this is the movie that Quentin, like it gave me a Quentin Tarantino feel, except nobody needlessly drive niggas like a million times in it. And I just love that.
Right.
Because if this was a Quentin Tarantino
no,
film,
absolutely. Because
they would have called Angela Bassett every kind of slur you could think of before the movie was out.
It wouldn't even have to be Angela Bassett on the scene. It would have been just like, here's your milkshake, man. Nigga, this is good, nigga. Like, wow, Jesus. Yo, I'm offended.
What?
Like, you would have
calm
walked in,
down.
I'm not though. Like,
saw
right.
the dad.
Yeah.
Walked in the hotel room and saw the dad. And, like,
sit down, nigga. Don't move, nigga. And just every minute until she shot him and
unnecessary, man.
I don't watch movies, so this
so
sounds.
you don't experience. You don't know that experience.
You have not
honestly,
experienced.
If you maybe not Hateful Eight. That it wasn't a lot of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, in Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
Was there
Hateful Eight was.
One line was like, "How am I supposed to get mad? Because this nigger is mad that I'm calling him a nigger." That was a line in the movie.
No, I'm saying
That was
compared
a
to
whole
like,
line.
what was the one Django, and then you go back from Django. I'm saying going back from Django, Hateful Eight, as much as it had that the nigga in there, it still was tame compared to everything else. I think this was when everyone started complaining, like, "Yo,
that was the last
you might need."
watch where I was
it was like you might need to chill because
you know what? As much as Quentin Tarantino gets applauded for everything, I just noticed it with Pulp Fiction, because that's when I was like, I love the movie, but he just came in out of nowhere. Like, this looked like what was the line of
dead
storage factory?
Yeah.
I don't even want to say the whole thing, man. It's just sickening. Like,
I know what you're talking.
And my young self is sitting there like,
yes,
I listen to NWA. I listen to all kinds of stuff, but this is just ridiculous.
It hits different.
Like, unnecessary. Yeah.
It's unnecessary with him, and he takes it to a whole other level, and he feels like because it's it's art, he's allowed to. So whatever that is.
Yeah, nah. There's a limit to art. We're gonna have a whole pod on Quentin Tarantino.
No, we should.
We're gonna table that and come back to it.
Yes, I will really set time for that. But no, back to Gunpowder Milkshake. It stars so I know, right? We're getting
it's a better Tarantino movie.
Right.
Which would have been like nigga milkshake. Like,
oh, Bree, you were saying you seen one movie. What was the movie?
The one with the gun leg.
Grindhouse. Was that one of the Grindhouse movies?
Yeah, it's the gun
leg. Either the gun leg or the car.
Yeah, both. Yeah, both are Quentin Tarantino movies.
Okay.
Yeah,
that was like the only one I've ever actually.
Death Proof is a car, and the gun leg is different.
Okay, well, I've seen like the trailer for the gun leg.
Yeah.
Was that Machete? Machete?
Machete.
Was it?
I believe that's what that was.
Yeah, Machete had the gun leg.
And then they did a useless sequel, but was that QT or was that Robert Rodriguez?
Robert Rodriguez did the gun leg.
Yeah, he did the gun leg, and then Quentin did the death proof. Yeah.
That's not the car.
Yes, Death Proof.
Yeah, the one with the car. Yeah. Because he sees that Australian lady.
The stunt.
Yeah, the stunt woman. Jesus, he likes to use the Australian lady a lot. No. So, Sam, who's played by not Lena Headey, Karen Gillan, Nebula. She was left by her mother. She was left by her mother at 15. Wow, this just seems to happen to her a lot in all her movies. Thanos left her.
She's gonna have, even though she's grown up, she's gonna grow up with abandonment issues.
Complex, yeah.
Listen, the producers are like, oh, the daughter is abandoned by a parent. Is Karen available? Yes.
It's the Shirley Temple effect.
It's the Shirley. Oh shit, it is.
Huh?
I think it happens in Doctor Who too. She's just like a child with no like guardians, really.
Yeah, because
they fall into like a portal vortex.
Into that crack.
That happens with time.
That I need to watch because this is crazy.
Right. Damn.
Remember, because she was just like in the house by herself, and then the doctor broke in. He was looking for custard and fish fingers.
Yeah, and then and then eventually he's like, "Wait, where?"
That was her.
That was her.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Man.
It tracks.
Gotta be.
Well, she's
Shirley Temple effect.
Right. Her mother is forced, quote unquote, to leave her at the diner when she was 15 or 15 years ago. I'll just go ahead and say when she was 15. So she's 30 now. So 15 years ago. She's back at the diner because she got a job and she botched the job, and the guy who runs the firm
she didn't botch the job. She was misinformed. They gave her shitty intel and sent her in there to her fucking death. But being the badass redheaded
everybody
warrior that she is, she killed everybody.
All right, and she ends up killing
Nebula before she lost her skin.
Probably a prequel before Thanos.
But after the doctor left her in the past.
Right.
It just works.
Timey-wimey.
Right. Multiverse. So she's grown now. She's in the diner meeting with I believe his name was played by Paul Giamatti. Nathan. She's meeting Nathan. Nathan tells her, "Hey, the job was a mess, blah blah, but it's fine, whatever. We need you to we need you to do another job for us. There's money. We need you to get it back for us." And she's like, "All right, whatever, I'll do it. Before you do the job, though, you need new guns." I don't know why you would say that to someone who's been working efficiently with whatever guns they have.
Because
they don't want it to be traced back to her. Yeah.
Like,
those
I
particular
don't know
guns
that the Russians would actually like. What do you say, Chris?
No, saying he didn't want those particular guns to be traced back to her for that because of that job.
The botch job, as you called it.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're being professional,
but you can't ignore a massacre because there was a lot of people there.
Yeah, it was a lot of bodies when we got to finally see it. I was like, whoa. She goes in and we meet Anime. We meet. I really didn't like that name for her, but whatever. We meet Madeline, we meet Florence, and we meet Anime. I didn't know that name for her, but whatever.
What's her character in American Horror Story? Anybody remember?
Supreme? I don't know.
No, she's not Supreme. She plays the She plays the voodoo priestess.
She was a circus freak. Yeah, she was a voodoo priestess.
Oh, which it depends on the one. Marie Laveau. She plays Marie Laveau. I think that's the priestess.
Yes.
Then she plays Desiree Dupree. She plays Ramona Royale, and I think the last one was Monique. I forget. But they give her guns. They give her, like, okay, we're gonna update you. First of all, we knew your mother, kind of thing. Oh, you're Scarlet's daughter, blah blah blah.
No, they knew her because
I thought it was her.
She was staying. Her and her mother were there at the library with them until that night at the diner.
I could have sworn she said Scarlet's daughter. Well,
yeah, it's just that they hadn't seen her as an adult. But
as an adult,
in 15 years.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why the lady was like, "You look familiar." All right, yeah, that makes sense. So give her the guns, and then she's off. She gets to the whole
going into a library though, just wanting actual books.
I fucking elated to walk in and walk into the library and start.
Why would you be okay with walking into a library and walking out with guns? Like,
just perusing. Like, oh, Tale of Two Cities. Oh my God! Wow.
a twin Glock. Like, no, I don't want this.
Right.
Tale of Two Cities.
I would like to check all of these out. Thank you.
That would be super dope, though.
And like they were popular books. They weren't like random books.
Yeah, they weren't random books.
Right.
They were like,
like
they're like, 100 books that you have to read. It was like, how to
like I think Jane Austen was one of them. It was these were like legit books. And they were like this thick.
Some kid.
Listen.
Let's hope they're not open to kids. You know, last thing you need is some kid going to class.
But, but think about it. Think about it. She was there when she was 15, right? What would the kids? No. Okay, so but hold on though. She was there 15, and I'm guessing when her mom left her, she trained. You know that they kept her and trained her. Nathan kept her and trained her, right? Or no, she just got into the front.
She went with Nathan.
Yeah, so Nathan had to care with Nathan. Like, so what was Nathan's purpose for her then when she left with him? She had to train.
To take care of her.
So how do you think she became this elite badass?
I mean, she still stayed with the Librarians until she was like 15.
And the question, like, when somewhere towards the end of the movie, her mom was like, I really wish you had gotten into a different profession. And she was like, you left me when I was 15. Killing is all I knew how to do. So she may have already been a killer. I'm not... Like
no, because it's funny that you say she
Librarians who like
interning.
It's funny that you say she may have always been a killer because when in the beginning when those Russians come in,
she did not fucking hesitate when she got hit.
She did not flinch, and she got nicked, and she still didn't flinch. So I'm like,
She's like, I don't like you. But then like her mom was like, close your eyes, honey. So I'm like, was it just because you didn't want to get splattered?
No, but there was no splatter on her though, which is weird.
Because otherwise, if she's a killer too, she's already seen this.
I'm like, all that shooting, but no splatter, but okay.
Maybe she was just trained, but had never actually killed anyone yet.
Yeah, and I think this could have been the first job.
There's no way that was her first job because the Librarians were like, "Oh, we've heard a lot about you, actually."
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Well, she gets a gun. She goes up to the hotel room. She finds the guy in there just chilling, and she's like, "Step away from the money." And he's like, "No, I have to answer the phone." First of all, I'm sorry. I don't care how much money is in front of me or whatever the plan is. I will explain to the person with the gun before. Like, I've never understood in movies why like you try to wrestle the person with the gun, male or female. No, you have a mouth. They have ears. Hey, listen, you got my daughter. That's why I have the money. Help me. Period. And then you leave it up to them. Am I wrong for that?
No, I kind of was wondering too. Like, no, I have to answer the phone. You have to let me answer the phone. Like, you could really just give her an explanation right now.
Why?
Things would go so much quicker.
You know, that if this was a Quentin Tarantino movie, I'm sorry I had to bring this back up.
Oh boy. God.
No, nigga.
Hard ER. Hard ER.
I would turn the movie off if I heard Nebula calling this man a nigga. Like, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
No, but seriously,
I was like, no, Amy Pond is not going to be out here throwing the N-word around.
But someone needed to, like, no, nigga, like, just tell her, like, explain. But I don't understand. Now you got yourself shot, dead. With what if she decided not to save your daughter? Like, these are things. Like, again, this is a movie, but like, I just was like sitting there watching. Like, what if Nebula had said, "I got my"?
I really do hate that trope.
Which one?
No, I really do hate that lack of communication trope in movies.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. But no, like, I'm just saying, if Nebula decided not to save your daughter, that's it. Your daughter's dead. You're dead, and that's it. And now, this is the other question I have. Why do we watch movies with assassins and kids in them, and the assassin always has like a soft spot for kids? Granted, we know why in this movie, but like in every movie with an assassin and a child, it's like the assassin always almost like gives up the
identity. Total dicks. Like, it's an innocent kid. I'm pretty sure if the kid was like a mass murderer, they kicked him out too. But, like,
I mean, they talked about it earlier in the movie about what her type is.
Yeah.
Why would it be a ding?
Like,
She said
okay,
women are fair game, but no kids.
women are fair game, but not kids.
I don't think she actually said no kids.
She didn't.
One of them said, "So are you the sentimental type? No women or kids?" And she's like, "Women are fair game." I don't think she even mentioned kids.
She didn't say no kids.
I mean, it would be kind of fucked up if she said, "Nah, man, everybody can catch this."
These bullets are ready.
Women, kids, dogs, pets.
Rated E for everyone.
So, like, I read somewhere one time that a dog, like a fully grown dog, would have to basically be, for lack of a better term, a fucking psychopath to attack a puppy. Like, so I feel like maybe that's like kind of the same thing of, as an adult, something really has to be wrong for you to just kill kids indiscriminately.
But to be an assassin, something has to be fucking
Dogs
wrong
bite
with you.
people all the time. But because you're out there making your fingers in their face, you're messing with them. But a puppy, like,
I mean, it depends what kind of assassin you are.
Yeah, what if you're
It depends what kind of assassin you are, because there could be.
Is that better?
Oh my God!
And thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We will catch you on the next what spree.
No, like, you know, it's like, oh, you only kill people.
And I had such an
I am so sorry. This is
Wait.
not the way.
Wait,
This was
how would that?
somewhere.
How would the hiring process go? Like, look, slide the card. This little nigga stole my.
What? So at the
He stole my line. I was after that last Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Yeah,
I just think they're assassins. They don't really have too much high moral ground.
that's what I'm thinking, right?
I mean, like I would say, what if they were like just killing political figures or people that deserve it? You know, some asshole, some oil tycoon that was, you know, some kind
Jerry
of Bernie
Jones?
Madoff type.
Yeah, everybody should have a line.
Jeff
Like,
Bezos.
Yeah.
This is where
I'm
I
down
draw
for
the
that.
line. Really?
Mm-hmm.
You go.
Not until
You
mine
just
was
hear it.
There
out.
goes my Amazon account. I'm not gonna be able to order no more from anymore.
Right. About to drop a
2
rocket
days
on
or
your
less.
house. You know why he's really going up to space?
If you don't
Work on that
hear
doomsday
from me
laser.
the rest of the day, just know what happened. Okay, Amazon delivered a package.
Jeff Bezos got him.
Special package.
No, but okay, so she has
Prime, motherfucker.
So she takes the dad to the clinic or hospital. I'm guessing this is a part of the organization, right?
Right.
Takes him to the hospital. Asks the doc, like threatens the doctor. Not even says, "Hey, can you please patch him up?" No. He better be functional in 10 minutes. Oh, doctor looks at the. Oh, nah, he's not gonna be good for 10 minutes. Okay, well, he better be functional when I get back. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
And she goes to the bowling alley, and I loved everything, all the action in the bowling alley. I loved. Okay, the fight with the Three Stooges, loved it.
The bowling alley fight almost made me not watch the movie, because you know how, if like on Netflix, if you just even remotely look in the direction of one of the movies is showing, it just like starts playing a piece of it. And that was the piece that Netflix kept playing, was the bowling alley fight. And I was like, this fight choreography is really bugging me.
Okay, I'm glad you said it, because that looked weird. You could see that you could see a lot.
Very choppy.
For a dark scene, you could see a lot, and it didn't look good.
It was very slow. Versus, like, usually when I like watch a fight scene, I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah. It was slow. And then it was like, if you've ever had to do any kind of choreographed dance, it was almost like they were just there, like 1 and 2 and 3 and punch, and
right.
Like,
and the dudes were, you know, throwing themselves back, like, okay, and you punch me.
Yeah. And I was like, but what I do love about the fights, right, is the banter pre-fight. The pre-fight banter.
The pre-fight banter, and how these dudes when what's his face is like, don't hurt her.
Right. And I was like, oh, they're just probably gonna go
And
talk to
then
her.
These niggas roll up with cattle prod
Showing up with a crowbar
and a crowbar.
Listen, I'm like, and then I'm thinking to myself,
and
he
a
definitely
spike
told
bat.
you not to hurt her, right? Right.
No, their definition of not hurting her is not killing her because they didn't show up with guns.
He said
She
no
definitely
guns,
says
no
no guns
knives.
today.
And they were like, cool.
A baseball bat's not a gun or a
just
knife.
use this cattle prod.
Right. What were you gonna? You know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna ask the question. But that whole fight happens, and the gang that stole the money or needed the money or kidnapped the daughter was watching. Who the hell is she? And then
I love that we never find out who they were.
I kind of hate that we didn't, but
they don't matter.
They
really don't.
They were the
really
monster
don't.
squad, and that's all you need to know.
The monster squad.
The monsters. That's
My thing
dope.
is, if you're looking at the monitor and you see this chick do all this to these guys, why would you even like still want to fuck with her? Like, huh? At that point, I've been like, you know what, guys?
Have a great strategy though. Which in my mind, like, you know how like in movies, like, they always kind of never work. They had a strategy that did work. They were just greedy. So they kind of saw themselves.
Of course, always they got jokered.
Yeah, the cart was perfect. Like, hey, boom. And by the time like she looked down and looked up, they were out of there. Got on the cart, done. And then they just had to be. They were done. Like, yo, how about you chill so you don't shoot the driver? Right.
I never understood that. Why do they always shoot the driver?
Because we need a car explosion scene, and cars don't explode if they don't hit anything.
Right, because that's how cars work.
That's the car went up in flames.
But then
like they crashed into the wall and it went up in flames.
No, I think wasn't it because they dude dropped the grenade? Yeah.
No. The car crashed and it went up in flames, and the dude came out burning.
Right.
And then was trying to escape, and the other dude shot him, and then they were exchanging shots, and he didn't have any more bullets, and he decided to take idea.
Here's what
a grenade.
Here's what upset me about that whole scene, that whole scenario. You're playing, with the Karen's character. Why did she not remove the stuff from the case?
Like, take the money.
I was thinking
you're a professional. Yeah,
right.
You're a professional. Why would you give them the real shit?
You never showed up with the money.
They did not check at the time. They didn't ask her to open the case.
But then, if she did, we wouldn't get the rest of the movie. So,
right, because the movie has to happen.
Yeah. So yeah, because if she had taken the money out, boom, movie's over. Or maybe they'd have had to write the story as the guy's father would retaliate, and then it'd be all out war or something.
Yeah.
But still,
about that scene about like her battling them was how they all died. Like, I think it was, and I could be wrong on this one, but I think it was Frankenstein that got set on fire, and the guy who was dressed like Dracula, she staked him in the heart. Was it the hand?
Yes.
I couldn't think of his name. Like, this guy.
I tried to keep it together. She said, "Okay, but yeah, no,
Frankenstein.
He did get blown up into pieces, and Dracula got staked through the heart. And as soon as the money went up in flames,
then the werewolf got shot.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And as soon as the money went up in flames, I'm like, well, here goes the movie. And
here it is.
Yeah. But however, they did redeem themselves with the hospital fight, the clinic fight. They was funny.
Did. That was like, best. That's and number one, what a fucked up doctor. Like, where is your loyalty lie? Where
she just threatened him. She has no loyalty.
So
he has loyalty to the firm.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? She'll be here. We're gonna paralyze her arms completely, so she can't do anything. And then you guys have at it.
Do you think that the doctor and the guys killed the father?
I believe that's what happened. But what I also think that is funny with that scene is I don't care how professional you are high on laughing gas. You're not about to whip my ass. You can tie one.
Like
you can tie one.
You guys have a job, and this is what you decide to do.
Laughing
gas. The Three Stooges needed it because one dude had like the flattened out foot from the bowling ball. The other nigga got prodded in the face.
And his knee, the other dude his knee got smashed. He was in a wheelchair.
With a bowling ball. Yeah.
Bowling ball. Wow. He said, I might never walk again.
He's dying laughing. And it's so funny that I just say he's dying laughing because he died laughing.
He's dying and laughing.
With the tooth smashed his head. Oh.
I really appreciate that, like, for some reason, every establishment has someone that just says, can I lighten your load? And everyone just knows what that means.
Because they're all like all of those places are like kind of like in John Wick where they had the hotel, and when you go into the hotel you can't bring all your stuff in. So all of these establishments are like firm establishments, or at the very least establishments that are associated with people who carry a lot of fucking guns any other time. And so this is like a neutral zone.
Neutral zone. Yeah, they're all supposed to be neutral zones.
I really appreciated it though, because like they didn't show
John Wick
other place. So in my head, that was a thing everywhere. Little teeth.
Unlike John Wick, there's actually there weren't any consequences for fucking up the neutral zones.
Right, there weren't any consequences, but the firm doesn't care about their neutral zones. Please fuck it up. We'll pay for it later.
Yeah.
But they broke now. They don't even have any money. She blew the money up, right?
All of their money.
Yeah, that's all of it.
But why are they so? If it's not all of it, why are they so pressed? It has to be all of it. I'm guessing. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say for the that fight scene, I love how quick on her toes she was. Like, I think one of the things she got from her mom, she's like, my mom always has a plan. And so even with like not even having the use of her arms, she still had a plan. Like, all right, here's what we're going to do. Like, you're going to tape these weapons to my hands, and I'm going to go out here
and flail around. And she's literally flailing, like
just flailing guns.
The most handy capable fight ever.
Please don't do the arms again.
Her flailing her arms with the guns reminded me of that movie where the Angelina Jolie movie where you have to curve the bullet.
Wanted.
Yeah, that was wild. The car scene. Can we talk about the car scene for a second? Because I think what this movie has done was it started out with a choppy fight, it upgraded to the clinic fight, and then the car scene, which I was like, this is about to be a disaster. And it wasn't.
It was awesome.
It was. I'm like, you have this little girl driving. She's so excited I'm driving. No, this is not how I want to learn how to drive.
No. I remember my daddy putting me on his lap in the 79 Cadillac sedan. Like, it was just
going on epic car chases.
There were no car chases, but even if we were in danger, my dad said, "You drive," I would have been the same and been like, "Oh my God, I'm driving! I'm driving! This is so cool!"
Really, this is so cool. You just watched somebody impale their heads into a forklift.
She had her eyes closed. She didn't see it.
She had her eyes closed. She didn't see it. You're right. But that was funny. She's like, but you know what? Again, this movie's kind of funny, right? Like, this car didn't take as much damage as I feel like it should have taken from doing all that bumper carts. Like, literally, it's smashing into like.
The car was also like, it was bulletproof. I feel like she fortified that car.
It's heavily modified.
Yes.
How many times did bullets hit that windshield and nothing was going on?
Yeah.
Nothing.
It's a word
because she actually told the girl. She actually told the little girl, "Don't worry about the bullets."
Yeah, she did say that, so I'll give him that.
There's
So
no way a 1978 Porsche is pushing 2 BMWs.
I love in that scene. I love that everything just looked like it was about to be like so easy. We pulled into this parking spot. We cut the lights off. We're just gonna duck down a little bit, and it's gonna be real cool and quiet. And then her forehead hits the horn, and like starts the whole chase all over again. That was great.
Yeah, that was wild. That was wild.
That was great. Also, another fucked up thing from is that what's the guy's name? Nathan, David, Josh,
Nathan.
I'm just gonna go through all the names.
You just went through all white
David, Josh.
Okay.
Right.
The fact that he knew where her mom was the whole time.
Right.
Because after that the hospital clinic scene, he's like, I'm sending you a care package so that you'll like be able to take care of yourself.
Well, before that, he told her, he's like, hey, look, you know what it is. You execute, well, not John Wick.
Yeah, pretty much excommunicated.
Pretty much,
yeah.
you excommunicated.
There's nothing I can do for you.
Yeah. You got a kill order.
Yeah.
That's a little excessive, though.
Equally as messed up, he allows her the opportunity to see her mom again, but I think he was really trying to take out her and her mother at the same time.
At the same time, yes.
Because he gives the Russians like, yeah, we know who killed your son. Totally wasn't our doing.
Which is wild, though.
Now, I don't think he sent the Russians to the mom's house. It was a dude in a BMW who followed her, which also was like, wait, you're a spy. I mean, you're an assassin. You didn't check your rearview mirror, make sure that you're not followed.
Especially because it was like the same car she was fighting with in the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
She didn't have no arms. She was trying to make sure the kid was.
She's not a really. Yeah, she was probably trying to make sure, because I don't know if I think she was also watching the road for the kid, making sure that hey, you're driving, but I'm still
watch the road and still look behind you.
You're right. Wherever you're
driving.
Oh no.
Gotta check your blind spots.
So this is where we find out that her mom is still alive and apparently just still in the same fucking city.
She's just hanging out.
Just hanging out in her kind of dilapidated but kind of nice apartment.
Like pretty much across the street from the library, from what it seemed.
Right down the street. Like they stepped outside and it was like right there.
right there.
Damn, that's extra fucked.
Yeah. You've been that close all the time and you couldn't even drop a postcard or something. But something.
Yeah, they all ended up at the library after that.
About that scene was they didn't close any doors. Like her mom had this awesome escape route. We go through the dryer. It takes us through a little tunnel. We end up in the kitchen, but the whole time, like, she never closed the dryer door. So then Russians run in and they're like, oh, they probably went this way. And then she doesn't close the freezer door. So then they can just like run out through the freezer of the kitchen.
They're like, oh.
And then, so then finally they run out of the building, but like Bree said, the library's right there. So when they're like, which way do we think they would? Oh, yeah. She used to be a librarian. Right there.
So it makes sense that she's right over there.
So they make it back to the library and Anime is pretty fudging annoyed. Like, oh, so you decided to come back here.
Yeah, fudge.
After all these years, huh? Okay. Like, we're trying to protect this 8-year-old girl, 8 3/4. It's important.
I like the language.
The language, like they wouldn't call anybody a dick. They kept saying jerk. They wouldn't drop the F-bomb. They kept saying fudge. Because God forbid, with all of the bloodshed that this little girl has seen today, that she hears somebody like curse.
Right.
That would just be the worst.
Hatchet a man's brains out, but whoa, language.
With Tommy Tomahawk.
Listen, even Captain America did say language at a point, so it's
true.
Okay. Language.
And he hits people in the face with a vibranium shield.
Thank you. While Thor was smashing somebody's face in with Mjolnir, he's like, language. Never makes sense.
It happens.
Mm-hmm.
So they make it to the library, and the general consensus is like, okay, we're gonna get this little girl out of here to safety. And Amy Pond is like, y'all go. I'm gonna hold everyone down, because at this point there's like buses of Russians coming for the library, coming to the library to like take her out. And so everybody decides to leave, except the little girl like wants to stay. Like, no, I'm gonna stay here with you. And so that's when she finds out that, and I'm gonna keep calling her Amy Pond because I did not bother to learn her name in the movie. Amy Pond.
Oh. Okay.
You know, she's like, I killed your dad. And so now the little girl was Abigail, right?
I have no idea what her name was.
No, I think she was Emily. 8 3/4 Emily.
Abigail. So
okay.
I'm just going with the names I think they all should have had. So you know, Emily just looked like super hurt and betrayed because you just taught me how to drive. I taped guns to your hands so you can defend yourself, and you killed my dad.
She was calling herself the apprentice.
She started calling, but I'm your apprentice. I have to help. Yeah. So everybody like makes a beeline for, I guess, the librarian escape route, and Sam is going to kind of stay behind and fend everybody off, and she's doing okay in the beginning. And this was like it was just a straight rip off of John Wick. Like, it's really fucking people up with books, and what was in the books. Like, she beat one dude with a gold bar. That was awesome. Like, they told her.
I love how everybody kept on coming in like with video game logic. It's like, okay, first wave. All right, second round. Third round. And more just kept coming in.
Yeah. And they told her just to, go to the self-help section. That'll help you out. But of course,
I do love the names of the library sections. Yes, the Enchanted Forest.
I also would really like to go to that library's Enchanted Forest because it looked really cool.
I would like to go to the Enchanted Forest.
And did they have an Egypt section?
Ocean.
Yes, the ocean.
The jellyfish were really pretty.
They were. It was majestic.
It was nice.
As was Angela Bassett's use of a hammer.
I really like the chains.
The chains were also awesome.
Yeah.
I really liked the chains.
Yeah, so Circe was basically like, not my baby. Like, she's not going to be up there getting her ass kicked by all these men, and I'm going to stay down here. And then we had the most pointless, needless, slow motion running scene ever. Like, I just, like, she's up there. Sam is up there, like, battling. And all of a sudden, she finds herself on the floor, on the receiving end of a group beatdown from 3 or 4 dudes. And just the whole time, we just see Circe running through a long hallway. And it's like, okay, when are you going to get there?
Felt useless.
Huh?
All the slow motion felt useless. I really hated when Anime and Madeline or whatever was like coming back to help them. They were just walking very slowly down the hall.
Take a stroll. Like la la la. La la la.
It has to be cool. Like, it has to be cool. For some reason, somebody said slow motion is cool. A certain DC
we know
like, I hear a lot of gunfire up there. All right.
Yes, you do know who to blame.
La la la. So yeah, finally we see how all of the librarians get down, and boy do they. Miss Prim and Proper with her. I was a little disappointed that she's the one that didn't make it.
Really? That was fine.
You said you were fine with it. Like, she wouldn't let him say fuck. It's okay. But yeah, they battled. They finally got out of there, even though like she didn't make it. Also, the guy that Miss Prim and Proper was fighting, he was really
the greasy hair guy,
just way too cocky.
Yeah. Right.
Entirely too cocky. And I think that's another reason why I was sad that she didn't make it, because I really wanted to see her mess him up with that with Tommy Tomahawk.
The whole time I thought he was like one of the sons of that guy. And
right.
Then
he was
I
just
only
a
have one
nephew.
son. And I was like, oh.
He's just
You're just some greasy hair guy.
Head henchman with an attitude.
Yeah. Because that's how it usually is. The son is usually like a punk, right? But then like they have this guy who's like their right hand. He's like super dope, but he's like just a guy. Has anybody watched Nobody?
Yes.
Yes.
Pretty much. You remember the Black Russian? For some reason, he just looked super hard, and then his like brother cousin was like weak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Man, that was a good one too.
Pretty much like the head mobsters, they know that their son is pussy, and they're like, "Yeah, nah, this is my guy.
This is my guy, right?
You can just go.
It's
party,
so crazy.
Go party and do whatever."
But then they do so much for their pussy sons or brothers. It's like
because it's their blood. So I kind of
they're still their son. Yeah.
You're still my brother.
Like, yes, my son was doing illegal shit behind my back.
Right, because he says that in the beginning, like,
stuff outside
I didn't know he had his side hustle. He's messing with your business on the side. Like, control that.
But it's still
doesn't matter.
Like,
doesn't matter
like,
because he felt
like a group of girls. A group of girls was like, you could hear them talking to each other and they'd be like, bitch, da 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 da, no bitch, because you bitch, da 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 da. And then some outsider can walk in and be like, what y'all bitches talking about?
Ha ha ha, you bitches.
Don't do that.
Exactly.
That
right.
is not what you should be doing.
No.
I can handle and discipline my blood, my crew, my folk. You cannot. So for you to come in from the outside and not only kill my son, but probably just kill half of his workforce. Like,
no, seriously, it was a lot of bodies.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem.
Even in the end, he admitted that he's like, look, I know you were just doing a job, but my son was there, and now I gotta torture you to death.
Yeah, which was just so they make it to safety. They make it to the diner. Where they're going to meet up with this Russian guy, because at this point, all Sam wants is safety for Abigail Emily. And so they
kidnapped Emily. Remember the greasy guy kidnapped Emily.
That's right.
That's why.
So they had to go there to get her back, because at this point, I mean, you've really done all you can do, Sam. You tried. It wasn't even you that lost her. And, the person who the blame falls on, she's not even with us anymore. So what are you going to do? Fuck them kids. Go. Live your life.
Literally.
But so they make it to the diner. Sam goes in. She sits down to talk to the guy. And that's when he says, I'm gonna have to torture you, and I'm gonna let her go, but I'm gonna let her go after she sees me torture and kill you, because I'm a villain. Why not? And so that's when it gets all actiony again, and all of a sudden we realize that I guess all of the librarians also were part-time waitresses at the diner. And that poor diner waitress that had been there for 15 years, like, I know she knows the business. She knows what she's getting into. But at some point, if I saw Scarlet walk into the diner, I'd be like, you know what? I'm just being the bad because somebody gonna
I'm
get
out.
shots.
Yeah,
Something violent is about to happen.
Yeah,
And
because this would be the second time Scarlet has walked into the diner. That's something
broken the
crazy.
fucking neutral zone.
Yeah, the diner is not a neutral zone at this point.
No, it's just the diner. So yeah, basically they killed the entire gang. And then they head off to a happy life in the mountains, kind of like the mountains.
Literally drove off to the sunset.
Yeah, all happy like, and
Didn't they threaten that one guy?
Sam, she's sleeping, and she looks up and she sees Emily there with the gun, like, "You kill my daddy, bitch." And then like she wakes up like, oh my gosh, like I was like, okay, this was also unnecessary. Like Bree said, like you said in the chat, Bree, I probably wouldn't have been upset if that's how they ended.
I probably would have loved that ending. You go through all this trouble to save this little girl, and then she kills you in the end because you killed her dad.
She killed her dad, and like the one time he was actually going to come through for her when he had been a disappointment so many other times.
Right. I think I would have loved that movie. I would have loved that ending.
Damn,
that would be
y'all are cold-blooded.
But I think it's a setup for a sequel. The way it ends,
because
if there's a sequel, I want it to be all the sisters of that brother coming for them.
Because you didn't kill Paul Giamatti. You didn't kill Paul Giamatti. You didn't kill Nathan. So the kill order still.
Did the greasy guy get away, or he just got shot?
He got shot a lot of times, and in my head, it went through his butt and out his back.
So he's still alive.
Just can't shit normally.
Still alive.
He just poops different.
He got shot multiple times by Madeline.
Yeah. So question: movie's done. How do we feel about it, though? I mean, I'm thinking Bree and Keem would have liked it better if Emily killed Sam, right?
I mean, I like it either way.
Yeah, I'm happy with either ending. Just if that was how they ended it, I would have been like, I mean, you killed her dad. So, okay.
I kind of felt they let Paul Giamatti off easy. It's like after all that shit talk, like I'm coming for you. After that, you just threaten him. What's to say that he's not going to be like, okay, so these two little bastards rolled up on me and threatened me. Finish them.
Well, they threatened the entire firm.
Just get better.
But that's the thing. I don't. Right. You see the way the firm they talk about the firm. I don't think you can threaten the entire firm unless they really did lose their entire money, unless they lost their entire monies, unless that briefcase was everything that the firm had and they lost it.
Well, they
I don't think
broke.
It seems like an organization you should not threaten.
Right.
Yeah, but like she specifically said, we know where all of you live. We will kill you before you even look for us. If you come for us,
because the firm doesn't. Yeah, the firm doesn't do their own dirty work. They outsource.
The whole board that was like watching him on the call, they were just old white guys. And they weren't doing anything.
I mean, life, right?
They were like, oh.
I was waiting for someone to say that.
You're all like old white guys. Like they were frail.
And they control everything. It's so
that's what she threatened, not like the other hitmen.
But I'm saying
you don't even have to lob a real grenade. Just lob a flash grenade in there, and they all have a heart attack and be done.
Throw a rock.
Like, oh.
Done.
I'm saying though, like
if rock. Boom, motherfucker.
You good, Mo?
Netflix.
Scared. He was like, "What the fuck is that?"
I didn't know where it came from. It scared the crap out of me. I can't have that. I can't have that playing in the background because we will get
take it right down.
YouTube's.
But see, Mo, remember what I said? You just look in the general direction, and all of a sudden, it just starts.
No, it just starts.
It was not an exaggeration.
You were right. You called it. But no, ultimately, I think movie. If we do get a sequel, I would like to see better action. But ultimately,
you got a ghost.
Is it Amazon?
No. Jeff is coming for me. But ultimately, I like what we got. I like the product. I this is happening in real time. I like the movie.
Lex Luthor Bezos.
You heard me say that about him too. No, I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed a lot of the shots. I most especially like the music choices in the film though. I think the way they just with the color palette and the songs they decided to use and the way they decided to use them, really good. My one negative, obviously, I think everyone agrees, is that bowling fight scene. It's the fight scene actually. Like everything that happens, before that and after that is kind of good, but this fight scene just looked ugly, But ultimately, pretty fine movie. I have no complaints about it, and if they do have a sequel, I believe they're talking about one. I'm here for it. I'm super
thinking back to the bowling scene. I think it might have been bad editing. Well, obviously it was bad editing, but I think they're trying to make it seem like they're viewing the whole fight through the CRT camera, and then when they just forgot. Yeah, they just forgot to add, be like, oh yeah, wait, this is supposed to. That's why it was all like chopping stuff. It would have made more sense if that was the case, but it just it looked crazy. Yeah.
If we're talking about negatives, beautiful woman, but I really didn't like what they did with Angela Bassett's makeup.
I mean, she was.
You mean looking like this all the time?
It was just in something. I think the makeup and the lighting, but I know that is a complaint.
They don't know how to. Yeah, finish your sentence. I know
they don't know how to like black people.
They don't. They don't. It's simple. Like it's like everyone else looks good.
Yeah.
Seriously, if you're gonna make Netflix, if you're gonna make a movie with a black person in it, like just hire one.
Do better.
Just do better. Get a black makeup artist or someone that knows how to make up a black woman. Your lighting director.
But Abigail's been working here for years.
Mm-hmm. Don't you put this on Abigail?
Abigail is such an old lady name. I'm kind of upset that they gave
Heather.
that little girl. Little girl. Oh.
Wait, I thought her name was actually Emily though.
It is Emily. It's Keen's been going on.
It's Emily.
I gave everybody, look, after 40, you're allowed to start just giving people names that you think they should be.
We'll go with that.
Is that how that works?
That's how it works.
I don't know. That's why I said we'll go with that. Do you know about that, Bree?
I'll try that next time I go into work.
Okay. I don't know about that. Bree, how do negatives, positives? You obviously would like to see a sequel as well, right?
Sure. It was like I read reviews to see like, oh, did this because I was trying to see if it was based off anything because like Riley walked in at one point and he asked if it was based on a graphic novel because it seemed very graphic novel-y.
Yes.
I don't know the word that is for, but like it's not. But like one of the main reviews I saw that it had no substance. But honestly, I didn't care for that anyway. It was literally just this action movie with colors.
What's so funny about that has no substance? I've never heard that review for a John Wick movie, and those movies have zero.
Zero.
Right.
The sequels have zero substance.
The sequels have no
That's
substance.
why, like, I don't care. Like, I don't care who the monster guys were. They blew up. They got stabbed. It was very colorful, and they died.
Yeah. Did they give you a lot of
movie about
substance?
assassins.
Yeah. They didn't give you a lot of substance. No, but what they did give you was her taping a scalpel to her hand and swinging it and stabbing a man in the neck. And then her hand getting stuck and her having to like, So
yeah, because she had no control. That was fire. I'm like, I know you have how are you going to do this? And then she ran up the wall. Questionable, but still not questioning.
I like the fact that it was just assassins.
I do love how she just came out swinging the gun. Like,
Yeah, she came out like,
Throwing book.
if I hit you, I hit you. If not, ooh, oh well.
The kid is safe, and that's what's important.
Close your
You
eyes.
sure about that?
I like all the
That
facts
girl's
that
gonna need
she learned.
therapy.
A lot of therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just nice to watch.
Yeah, it was a nice.
It's the way I
popcorn-y
felt.
movie.
I think when I first saw 300 in the theaters, and I was like, they made death look so pretty.
Beautiful. Yes.
With the red splat, like everything, the colors were extra pigmented. And that's kind of how I felt about this one, where like visually and for, I don't know what the word would be, but for the person in me that just loves watching absolute violent mayhem, this was great.
Yeah, I think that's
Did
the
it win
word.
Oscars?
Words.
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
But like guns and books. Sure.
But that's the next question I want to ask, right? So we said, you know, we've all seen John Wick, and you know, if this movie,
I have not.
I hate to be that person, but if this movie was an all male cast, would you have seen that review? Let's be real for a second.
I don't normally read reviews. I just want to know if it was based on anything.
Yeah.
You said we would have seen it.
I think half and half, because there's always going to be somebody that gives, you know, movies like that like a shit review just to go against the grain.
Just because. Okay.
Just
Well, that's
because,
fair.
yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, because I mean, I want to give this movie as much of a benefit of a doubt. You know, like if I was watching, like, you know, an all male cast, how would I feel about this? But I mean, I would probably, like Bree, feel the same way. Like, it doesn't matter. Is it fun? Are they killing people creatively? Like, because again,
we got a bunch of
thing
movies
to
like
know.
that with the all male cast. We got John Wick 1, 2, 3, and Nobody.
We're getting a fourth. And yeah, and then Nobody. And Reza isn't Nobody, and he's like a marksman. Which I
Right.
love and I hate, but I'm like, Reza, okay.
That's right.
Like, I'm like, Reza.
I mean, I enjoy the Resident Evil movies, so I couldn't knock this.
Right, exactly. I love Resident Evil. I love
But you also, you know what you're going to watch. Like, you're not going in there like, oh my gosh, I hope this has great plot and subtext.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no, I want to see zombie monster things get killed a lot.
Monster things. Right. No, yeah. But honestly, again, yeah. No, honestly, my thing was like, after I saw the trailer, I was like, okay. In my head, I was like, I've seen this before. Obviously, John Wick, Nobody. But my thing is, can this be different? You know, how creative can they be? And it was different. It was creative. It was its own movie. It could exist in its own universe, and I appreciate the movie for that. I don't go into assassin movies where one person is killing a whole bunch of people saying, I need substance. Give me story. No, kill people good enough for me to cheer.
Right.
And, like, that's it. So it did that. It fulfilled that urge for me. So again, I'm basing this on myself. I'll give this movie a B- if I was doing that. If anyone else cared, but I'd give it a B-.
I'd give it an A-.
Oh, that's fair.
Going over all the stuff that we talked about, the silly thing. Well, I went into this with low expectations, and not because it's a female cast or anything, just because I haven't heard about it or whatever is new to me. So I was going in fresh, and it surprised me. I really enjoyed it. You know, silly plot stuff to side, but once again, we don't go watching movies like this for, you know, Casablanca-esque storylines and stuff. Even that storyline, you know, it's another story. But yeah, so if we're going on the A to F scale, I'd probably give it a solid B.
Free.
I don't know how to grade movies like that, but I enjoyed it, so A, sure.
That's it.
Girl power.
Let's go.
That's how you feel about it.
I like the random aspects of it. Just gunpowder milkshake.
I'm still trying to figure that one out. Oh, that would be another negative for me. Is that fucking milkshake scene? I said the same thing you said, Bree, in the chat.
Two people drinking that kind of milkshake should have down that shit.
Like the milk, it never moved. The level of the milkshake never actually moved.
Right.
Both of them
until they showed it again, and then it was just like it was stupid.
You know,
it must be an infinite milkshake.
You know what's funny about movies and like their food props or whatever is I think in I was watching this random video and I think BVS, Henry Cavill is cooking like plastic eggs and it doesn't even look like he's not even trying to make it look real.
Terrible acting.
So like I've always watched movies and looked at the food like, oh, are they really like, like I was watching Loki, the finale, and dude was really eating the apple. I was like, oh, okay, so he's actually eating the apple. But then if you're doing that means you're doing multiple takes. Is he eating the same gross apple?
Did they give him a new apple?
Right.
All I know
it's like Ocean's 11, that whole series. They're saying, Brad Pitt, it's just like every scene he's eating something like over and over. So he's always got apple or something in his hand.
Right. And that works. Han, I think in Fast and Furious with Tokyo Drift, he was always
Fast and Furious, yeah.
Like he was
always eating or chewing on something.
Ooh, there was this movie about wine, starring Paul Giamatti.
I hate that fucking movie, Sideways. Sorry.
I heard they were so
nerds.
I hate that movie so much. So much. This was back when you rented VHS tapes and the lady, maybe it was DVDs, but the lady at the rental store was like, this movie is so hilarious. And I watched it and I laughed once at like some obscure thing, like how pissed off Paul Giamatti's character would get about drinking Pinot Grigio. And the rest of the movie, I just sat there like, this was terrible. I don't know why.
But it's not funny though. It was. I don't think it was a funny movie. I think it was commentary, which is kind of like The Office funny. But then
no, it was not The Office funny either. The Office has scenes that generally made me laugh. This was just meh. Maybe you have to be like a wine person.
Yeah, I heard they were sauced, like they were drunk because they were actually drinking wine. So I appreciate the movie for that. All in all, GunPowder Milkshake we like. If there's a sequel, we will watch and we will come back and review it. We did. Oh yeah, we'll probably be in school if there's a sequel for that. So we probably all won't come back and review, but most of us know. America, the motion picture, the prequel, me out here. The origin story of the United States is on. You can watch that on the channel. You can listen to that on the podcast. We have that ready for you to go. We have Loki. We have other shows coming up. I also got to see Old yesterday.
Tomorrow, the furry dating show. The furry dating show comes out tomorrow.
Say less.
Wait, have you watched it?
No, it doesn't. Tomorrow's just like the premiere for it.
Say, Chris, does he know?
Yeah. Oh, you thought I sent y'all the trailer first?
Yeah, because we will be reviewing episodes. You're not. No, okay. Yeah, we'll be reviewing those episodes.
I'll check it out. I said I was gonna watch it begrudgingly. I'll be the begrudging reviewer. Like,
please
most of this
watch and help review.
GunPowder Milkshake. Like, ooh, we need to watch this. All right.
Yes, because I need that.
I guess I like the mofo with the rabbit suit.
I don't know why I'm excited for it, but I am.
Guys, are you wearing costumes while you review?
No.
Actually, no. Let me not give you ideas.
No.
Look at her face. Look at her face.
I'm prepared for this. I'm so prepared for this.
Wait,
you need a flamingo? I can give you a flamingo.
I got a Pooh Bear.
Oh, you know what? Do it. I dare you.
You need penguins?
I don't even dare you.
We got penguins. I got a duck.
You're gonna do it. All right.
Yeah.
Anyways,
whatever. I'm sorry, Mo. I'm sorry. I should have said it.
I think this is the most excited I am for a review. I don't know.
It is too hot for any of. It is too hot for any of my alleged onesies.
You got central air. Cut it out.
Why am I so excited? I don't know. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're listening on the podcast, don't forget to leave a review. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And we will catch you on the next one. Peace.